Okay guys, so today I'm doing a recipe. It's chicken katsu, which is basically chicken breaded with panko and flour and egg and deep fried. And then I'm going to do pineapple fried rice to go with it. And I got the rice steaming right now. You bring it to a boil, set it for 15 minutes, put it at low to 1. And yeah, once that's done, I will fry up the rice and I'll show you how to bread up the chicken katsu. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so real quick, here's how we prepare the chicken thighs before we bread them for the chicken katsu. This cut of chicken thigh that I get, luckily, is already pretty thin. They've kind of butterflied it out and it's very thin. So I just dry it off with a paper towel, and then we're gonna layer it with salt and pepper, so there we have it. And do it on the other side as well, and then we will move on to the next step, and that will be actually doing the breading and frying up the chicken katsu. So see you in a second. Okay, to bread the chicken we have all-purpose flour, an organic egg, and panko breadcrumbs. So let's go ahead and crack the egg. Go, and then just whip it up. Now you can probably use 2 eggs if you have a bunch, like maybe 4 chicken thighs. You just gotta play it by sight of how much you need. So anyways, and then we take the chicken that we dried and seasoned earlier, and we're gonna put it in the flour first, because the flour makes it so the egg sticks to it. So you can shake off the excess a bit, then put it in the egg wash, swirl it around, flip it over, get it in every little crevice so it's nice and saturated, and that should be good. Well, make sure there's no dry parts. There we go. Excess drip off. Not too much excess though. And get it in there. Kinda wiped out that time, but then you just get it all covered in the crumbs, which you can do by hand at this point. Just make sure to wash your hands after touching raw chicken. But yep, you get it all breaded and covered, flip it over a few times, put the crumbs on all the wet spots. And there you have it. Sorry, I gotta mash it down a little. But that is the breaded piece of katsu chicken. And you can do this with pork or beef if you really want to. So then we are going to put this in the freezer for about 5 minutes, I'd say, just to chill and get this kind of the egg solidified, so when we fry it, it doesn't fall off. So see you in a second. Okay, so the rice is done. Ideally the rice would be cold, but I will try to just let it cool down before I fry it up. But before we fry up the rice, we need to make the egg, and we'll go ahead and do that. Crack it in the pan. One, and the other. And this is just like a non-stick pan. So basically, we cook up the egg, just kind of lightly scramble it. And And I just use a little bit of olive oil in the pan, but yeah, like medium heat. Just get it semi-firm, and that'll be good. And then we'll take it off and set it aside. But yeah, this will cook really fast, so just kind of keep it moving. You don't want this to be burnt, and you don't want it to be overdone, because eggs, they're just not good overdone. And plus, this is going into the fried rice afterwards, so it can be a little bit wet still. Just enough so it's not mushy. And we are just about there. Give it a few turns. There we go. So we'll put this aside and go to the next step. Alright, so we're ready to fry up the chicken katsu. We have my deep fryer set to 350, or it should have been, but I think it's a little higher, but that's okay. If you don't have a deep fryer, you could probably do this in kind of a deeper pan with, you know, maybe a ½ inch of oil or something. But here's the finished breaded chicken katsus, and we even have some little like nuggets, because I know you guys love nuggies. But anyways, to do the actual katsu style, we're gonna fry one of the entire thighs, so hopefully it fits. So I kind of dip one side in, let it slowly rest in, the other side, and then release. Hopefully it won't stick too much to the frying basket. But yes, this is ideal, but you can do this on the stove or maybe even in the oven, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'll see you on the next step. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes. Let's check the katsu. Takes about 4 minutes for a very thin piece, but you'll know when it's floating to the top. You might want to flip it over once when it's floating, and maybe just give it another minute, you know, 4 to 5 minutes for a thin piece. If it was a thick piece of chicken, it'd probably be 6 to 8 minutes. But we don't want to get it super brown because we want that light color. So we're just going to take it out in just a second here, and I'll show you what it looks like, finished product. Actually, it's looking pretty good right now. So let's go ahead and take her out. And yeah, it's good to use tongs just so you don't pierce the breading, but this fryer isn't the best. So let it drip, 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 drip. So that's that. We're gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna go ahead and start another. Since we got the oil hot, another nice big and thin piece of katsu chicken. So I dipped one half, let the other half go, and then we're gonna set this for 4 minutes again. And here's a trick for seeing if the chicken is done. You just take like a wooden skewer of some sort. I got a kind of a broken chopstick here. You pierce the thickest part of the chicken. Wait, wait, wait. Pull it out. And you press the tip to your lower lip. And if it's hot, that means it's done. So anyways, let's move on to the next step. Alright, so next up, we're going to start frying up the fried rice ingredients. So we got the wok going with some oil, and then over here we have onions and green peppers. We got the egg we cooked earlier. We've got the pineapple, and we've got some 2 cloves of garlic, about, well, 3. And first thing we want to fry is the pineapple, because it is the largest and the most juicy. So we want to throw that in. And it's good to have a splatter guard for your wok, because when food has water in it and it touches oil, it's going to explode, just so you know. So we're going to let that cook for just a little bit and cut back. Okay, so once you see the pineapples kind of drying out and getting caramelized and seared, you can go ahead and throw your other veggies in. I'm going to throw in these onions and green peppers. You can use whatever kind of onions you want, you know, green onions, white, red onions, whatever. And then just continue stir frying that. I'd say total, you probably stir fry this for maybe, I don't know, 8 minutes total for all the vegetables. Just as how done you like it before putting the rice in. Okay, so the rest of the veggies are getting cooked. So we add the fresh garlic minced up. Toss that in there. And then maybe cook this for about a minute. Garlic cooks a lot faster than everything else, so yeah. And the whole time I got this on a medium-high temperature, just so you guys know. So yeah, get that garlic cooked up a bit for about a minute, and then we're on to the next step. Okay, so the veggies are pretty much done. So the next step I do is kind of separate the veggies into half the wok, like that. And then I added some more oil to the pan because we're going to add the rice now. And I do about half rice and half veggies and other stuff. So you might not have to use the full thing. Yeah, this will be enough. So I got plenty of rice left over. And we'll just fry this up for a little bit until it's got some color to it. So maybe about 4 more minutes. But while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and add the egg right away. And get that integrated. And we'll do a little bit of soy sauce. Give it some color. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Try to keep the veggies separated for a little bit. We're going to integrate it all together right at the end. Kind of chop up the egg a little bit. Get it nice and integrated with the soy sauce. And then go ahead and add the pineapple and everything else. So we'll get this all stir fried up. And I think we could use a little bit more soy sauce as a whole. And you could add ginger to this. You could add a lot of different spices, but we'll just go with simplistic salt, pepper, soy sauce. And yeah, this is about it. Once it's nice and fried, after, 4 minutes, should be ready to go. It's just to your liking. But anyways, we'll cut to the final product here. Okay, so the final step is to slice up and plate up the chicken katsu. So just kind of slice it in pieces. Try not to mess up the breading too much when you cut. Nice clean cuts. Okay, so there's one. Hopefully we can do this. And you can put this on like a bed of shredded carrot and cabbage. But we're just doing it with the fried rice, so this is my own take on it. Okay. It's the second one. I don't have the greatest knife, but there we go. So, move this out of the way. There you have it. This is my chicken katsu. Let's get that all centered with pineapple fried rice. And we have this little side of warmed up sweet and sour sauce. This kind. It's pretty good. But you can make your own sauce. But yeah, you can dip these just like chicken tenders or eat it over the rice, whatever. Mmm. Oh, that is delicious. I'm going to eat it, and I hope you guys try out this recipe and let me know what you think. Alright, later.